The Trojans have yet to beat a ranked opponent this season, but they haven't played any of those ranked teams on the weekends when they're able to throw their best pitching and have a record of 8-1. To cap off tonight's festivities, Dodgers owner Frank McCourt couldn't have put it any better. He said tonight's game was a perfect script to a Hollywood ending. Tonight's game commemorates the 50th anniversary of the Angel franchise, as the Halos go for their 7th division title in their last 8 seasons. Well, we're just about an hour away from tip-off here at the Galen Center, where the USC Trojans will be hosting the Oregon Ducks. Now, the Trojans currently sit just a game and a half out of first place, with 4 games remaining on the regular season. Talk about Jimmy Clausen. He put up huge numbers in his last game against Michigan. How do you look to contain him and the rest of the Notre Dame's passing attack? Johnson's challenge now is to speak again before a hopeful return to the football field. As a sophomore, Olsen led her team to the national championship. And 2 years later, she still has trouble putting the experience into words. Aside from a potential 2-year postseason ban, the Trojans look to lose much more than that from sanctions handed down by the NCAA. Of course, I'm talking about Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy from 2005, but more importantly, the national championship from that year. Competitive swimmers are often measured by their speed, stamina, and strength. But what separates a great swimmer from the rest of the pack is his heart. In this case, heart comes in the form of Paralympic swimming sensation Rudy Garcia Tolson.
I want people to know that he's a challenge athlete and he's out there to show people that, anything is possible.
Before the age of 5, Rudy had 15 operations to save his legs, but nothing could be done.
I still stand by my decision to have my legs cut off because, if I didn't, I wouldn't be here today.
Today, Rudy holds 2 Paralympic gold medals and the world record in the 200 individual medley. Now he's ready for his next challenge, one that he's been waiting to compete in since winning the gold in Beijing in 2004.
It gave me lots of confidence to do Ironman, which is my goal this year.
While Rudy is ecstatic about the opportunity to compete in this new arena, his coach is somewhat hesitant.
My biggest concern would be, if he has a cycling crash and falls off of his bike and breaks an arm or something along those lines. Obviously, the swimming training is the top priority here, and, Rudy knows that.
What is most amazing about Rudy is that he is still only 18 years old. Like any teenager, he enjoys spending time with his friends and eating all that he can.
I'm still young, so I can kind of have what I like.
Each day, Rudy gets faster, stronger, redefining what he calls being a challenge athlete. But in actuality, Rudy's story challenges us to take everything in stride and not to be weary of what turns may lie ahead. Josh Moser, Annenberg, TV News. After turning in their book bags for a bat and glove, the Hart Mustangs were about to have the summer of their lives. The All-Stars from Valencia traveled to Irving, Texas, and took home the World Series title in the 10-year-old division.
It feels awesome because, it's going to be all these memories from when I grow up, and I can tell my grandkids, I went to Texas one time with all my friends.
Let's get two. Hart won 30 of its 32 tournament games to win the title, humbling teams by a combined run score of 442 to 82.
To play as one, not think about yourself, not think about your batting average or anything else. Think of your team. Think of your team first. Teamwork. That's awesome. What won us the World Series.
Here we go. Let's look sharp. Here we go. Here, cut. Bringing this championship team together was Coach Jerry Miller. With more than 4,000 10-year-old teams worldwide, this is amazingly his second World Series title at this age division in 4 years.
We preached defense wins championships and made them believe it, and they do believe it. This team can play defense and they can pitch, and that's what got us through it.
With 15 players on the roster and only 9 positions on the field, the team developed a motto to keep the most important thing together: the team.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Now they stand together, remembering a summer they won't soon forget. Josh Moser, Annenberg, TV News. College basketball has been one big long road trip for Mike Garrity. He now finds himself at his third school in as many years and is thankful that his journey has now landed him at USC.
I had no idea that I was going to end up at USC when I made my decision that I was going to transfer, but to be here is just a dream come true.
The crafty point guard made his impact immediately, leading the Trojans to victory over the 9th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers.
The second transfer was definitely the hardest one because I thought I was facing the opportunity not to be able to play in Division I basketball again.
The Trojans would go on to win the next 6 games, including a rout of the Diamond Head Classic, where Garrity earned MVP honors.
I'd hate to think where we would have been this season without Mike. He is a clutch player, and he's a guy you can count on down the stretch.
Despite all of their recent success, the Trojans were about to be dealt the biggest blow of the year. News that they would not be allowed to compete this postseason because of the illegal handling of former star player O.J. Mayo.
When we first heard the news, yeah, I was kind of devastated because I envisioned myself coming to USC and having an opportunity. I've never made it to the postseason in my first 4 years, so I thought for sure coming here that I had the chance to do it, and to not be able to is difficult.
Garrity would put the news aside and prove why he was California State Player of the Year coming out of high school. He would also earn his new nickname at USC, Mr. Clutch.
Pass is left wing to Garrity. Shot clock down to 2. He has to fire. He made another one.
You know, towards the end of the games, if I get the open look or I see something, I go for it.
5, pull up, 10-footer, swish it home. Mike Garrity with a bucket puts the Trojans up by 5 with 15 seconds remaining in the game.
Garrity says this season has been life-changing, and he hopes to continue his basketball career in any way that he can.
Ever since the age of 5, I've always just wanted to play, and yeah, so I'd love to keep this thing going once the season's over, and I'm going to go for it.
Surely his next stop will breed success, wherever it may be. Josh Moser, USCTrojans.com.